Shalom and welcome to Hebrew Foundations. Today, we enter a powerful and prophetic vision found in Ezekiel 37, the Valley of Dry Bones. This passage is often quoted and sung about, but what does it truly mean for us as believers today? What does it reveal about our spiritual state without the Ruach HaKodesh? And how does it connect to the promise of restoration for Yah's people? Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to help us spread this important message. Our heartfelt thank you to those who continue to support this ministry. May Yahuah bless you abundantly. Parents, we encourage you to use this video as a teaching tool for your children. Now, let's begin. Ezekiel chapter 37. The hand of Yahuah came upon me and brought me out in the Ruach of Yahuah, and set me down in the midst of the valley, and it was full of bones. Then he caused me to pass by them all around, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and indeed they were very dry. And he said to me, Son of man, can these bones live? So I answered, O Master Yahuah, you know. Again he said to me, Prophesy to these bones, and say to them, O dry bones, hear the word of Yahuah. Thus says Master Yahuah to these bones, Surely I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. I will put sinews on you, and bring flesh upon you, cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live. Then you shall know that I am Yahuah. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and suddenly a rattling, and the bones came together, bone to bone. Indeed, as I looked, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them over, but there was no breath in them. Also he said to me, Prophesy to the breath, prophesy, Son of man, and say to the breath, Thus says Master Yahuah, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe on these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath came into them, and they lived, and stood upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Yahsharal. They indeed say, Our bones are dry, our hope is lost, and we ourselves are cut off. Therefore prophesy and say to them, Thus says Master Yahuah, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up from your graves, and bring you into the land of Yahsharal. Then you shall know that I am Yahuah, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up from your graves. I will put my Ruach in you, and you shall live, and I will place you in your own land. Then you shall know that I, Yahuah, have spoken it and performed it, says Yahuah. Again, the word of Yahuah came to me, saying, As for you, son of man, take a stick for yourself and write on it. For Yehudah and for the children of Yahsharal, his companions. Then take another stick and write on it. For Yosef, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Yahsharal, his companions. Then join them one to another for yourself into one stick, and they will become one in your hand. And when the children of your people speak to you, saying, Will you not show us what you mean by these? Say to them, Thus says Master Yahuah, Surely I will take the stick of Yosef, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Yahsharal, his companions, and I will join them with it, with the stick of Yehudah, and make them one stick, and they will be one in my hand. And the sticks on which you write will be in your hand before their eyes. Then say to them, Thus says Master Yahuah, Surely I will take the children of Yahsharal from among the nations, wherever they have gone, and will gather them from every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land, on the mountains of Yahsharal, and one king shall be king over them all. They shall no longer be two nations, nor shall they ever be divided into two kingdoms again. They shall not defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will deliver them from all their dwelling places in which they have sinned, and will cleanse them. Then they shall be my people, and I will be their Yahuah. David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they shall all have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. Then they shall dwell in the land that I have given to Yaakov my servant, where your fathers dwelt. And they shall dwell there, they, their children, and their children's children, forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant with them. I will establish them and multiply them, and I will set my sanctuary in their midst forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Indeed, I will be their Yahuah, and they shall be my people. The nations also will know that I, Yahuah, sanctify Yahsharal when my sanctuary is in their midst forevermore. In this chapter, Ezekiel is taken by the hand of Yahuah and set in a valley full of dry bones, not just dead, but very dry, lifeless, long forgotten. These bones are a picture of complete spiritual death and hopelessness, a condition not just of ancient Yahsharal, but of anyone without the breath, Ruach, of Yahuah within them. Yahuah commands Ezekiel to prophesy over the bones. As he speaks, the bones come together, bone to bone, sinews, flesh, and skin cover them. But they are still lifeless. Why? Because there is no breath in them. Then Yahuah commands him to prophesy to the wind, Ruach, and call it to breathe upon these slain. And when it does, they stand up on their feet, an exceedingly great army. The word Ruach, H7307 in the Strong's Concordance, is often translated as breath, wind, or spirit. It appears throughout the Tanakh and carries the idea of life-giving force, sublime empowerment, and presence. The Hebrew pictograph letters for Ruach are Resh, which represents the head of man and means the head, chief, or the highest authority. Waw, which represents nail or tent peg and means secure, connect, or add. Het, which represents a fence and means protection, enclosure, or separation. This gives us a picture of the head, Resh, adding Waw, protection, Het. Yahusha fulfills this by sending us the Ruach HaKodesh to guard, guide, and dwell within us. John 14:26 reads, "But the Helper, the Ruach HaKodesh, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things, and bring to your remembrance all things that I said to you." For without the Ruach HaKodesh, we too are just bones, dressed up, put together, maybe even standing upright, but spiritually dead. We can attend every feast, quote every verse, wear fringes, and keep the Shabbat. But without the indwelling of the Ruach, we are like those lifeless bodies in the valley. Here are some verses to support this understanding. Romans 8:11. But if the Ruach of him who raised Yahusha from the dead dwells in you, he who raised Mashiach from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through his Ruach who dwells in you. John 6:63. It is the Ruach that gives life. The flesh profits nothing. The words that I speak to you are Ruach, and they are life. The fulfillment of this promise came in Acts chapter 2 on the day of Shavuot, when the Ruach was poured out, breathing new life into Yahusha's followers. Joel 2:28-29. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my Ruach upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my Ruach. This prophecy from Joel directly connects to the vision in Ezekiel 37. It reminds us that Yahuah's Ruach is not limited. It's meant for all generations, young and old, male and female. So what is the greater promise of Ezekiel 37? Yahuah says, "These bones are the whole house of Yahsharal," who say, "Our bones are dry, our hope is lost, and we are cut off." But he promises, "I will open your graves. I will cause you to come up out of them. I will put my spirit in you, and you shall live. I will place you in your own land." This is a powerful assurance of the awakening and complete restoration of Yahsharal from the Most High. It speaks to all who have been scattered, broken, and spiritually dead. Yahuah is still asking today, can these bones live? The answer is yes, if we allow His Word and His Ruach to revive us. If you are feeling dry, empty, disconnected, or defeated, this is your call to cry out for the Ruach HaKodesh. Don't settle for a lifeless form of righteousness. Don't settle for religion without relationship, for only outward obedience without inward transformation. Pray for a fresh breath. Return to His Word. Let Him breathe into you again. As we prepare for the great restoration and revival that Yahuah has promised, let us not forget that we need more than a form of righteousness. We need the Ruach. Until next time, may Yahuah breathe on you afresh, and may you rise and walk in the power of His Ruach. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. Shalom.